What's up, you guys? I hope you had a fantastic week. It's Dan Brooks again. On Fridays is when we said we're going to shoot, and I am so delighted to have you over today. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And if you have not subscribed yet, bro, what are you doing? We have a crew here. We have my people here who I call Gang Gang. So please join that club because we are the bombest people in existence. So as the title of the video goes, you already know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the things that we need to normalize in 2023. Yo, what would you like to normalize? This is like a PSA, a call to action to everybody around me so that you're able to, I don't know, let's see the things that we need to normalize so that we are able to become better people. We are all about wellness, we are all about good stuff, we are all about lifestyle, and we want you to know that when you hop on here, there is always going to be nuggets of wisdom, okay? Cool. So without further ado, let me dive right into the video, and it's things we need to normalize in 2023. So number one, being single at any age, whether you're in your 40s, whether you're in your 50s, 60s, in your 20s, even when you're a teen, it's not a disease to be single, okay? Because most of the times when you say you're single, people look at you as though you're a misfit in the society. Bro, single is the default. I was born alone. You know what I mean? So yeah, so when you're single is when you're able to thrive, is when you're thriving in your season, like you get to learn so much, you discover new stuff about yourself, you take yourself out, so that even when you get somebody else, you have the tools and you are much self-aware, your triggers, your strengths, your weakness. Because if you do not normalize being single, you hop on from a relationship to another. It's not a bad thing, but you need time to process. You need time to be alone. You need time to yourself. You need time to know, where did I go wrong in this previous relationship? Well, see a mass ati yoko may go wrong in a relationship, but also you could discover stuff about yourself. So single is the default. Let's normalize being single. History I could glorify relationships. Please, can we stop? It's 2023. I could decide to be a monk today. Should I copy? Anyway, so the other thing is calling people out. For example, in Nairobi, when you get robbed, nobody says shit. That shit gets to me so bad. If you're in number 3, let me just give a story. I was in number 3 this one time, and then cops just come and stops the number 3 until they want them to bribe them. Yet this guy was driving safely, and it was such a shame that this cop wanted bribe Julia, because he thought, how cops in Kenya are. So this one time nimepanda zuri, I'm leaving for Tao, and then when we fika hapo Guru Nanak, this guy decides, you know what, I'm going to arrest this cop. I'm going to arrest this driver, Juya maybe overspeeding or those petty issues that they tell somebody. All of us, almost like half the bus to Lishuka, kwenda kuzushia that cop. Like, number 1, he was wasting our time. Number 2, we have not broken any traffic rules. Shida iko hapi. So you see, we were able to save this driver from the hands of this fucker who wanted to take his money. You understand? So if you do not call out people during those times, and Nairobi has a very phlegmatic way of dealing with things, and that pisses me off. You could see someone getting robbed in Tao, yes, but unajua, mkifumania these people, when you're many, nothing will happen to you. But you can't always be saying, no, it's not me, it doesn't affect me. Sis, it affects you because it could be you next time. So the other thing I need you to know, well, I would like people to normalize is being vulnerable. Please, somebody hear me because of that. I mean, that word, I've never gotten it right. So it's vulnerable, that one, but you know what I mean, yes? So please, can we normalize that? Like, for both men and women, you need to normalize being vulnerable, because one time you wake up and then you hear your friend died. Ali commit suicide kwa nini? ni ego yao iliwalao waache kukua vulnerable, or what exactly? What happened? What happened? Please, 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 please learn to be vulnerable. It's 2023. People are sharing their deepest, darkest secrets. They're not carrying their deepest, darkest secrets with them anymore. So guys, to normalize kuwa vulnerable, to all the men and to all the women. Kuna women wenye wanakuanga hardcore kama mimi. I used to have a hard time being vulnerable. I used to feel like, no, I'm not going to tell you, Kwani, you're going to use this against me. But that was out of experience. But anyway, my point is, let's normalize being vulnerable. It goes a long way. I mean, they say a problem half shared is a half solved. Best believe that's always the mantra. That's the rule, man. That's the rule. Remain vulnerable. There is nothing wrong with that, especially you guys. The other thing is, let's normalize faking it till you make it. I said what I said, because many other times you do a lot of things scared. Case in point, when it comes to business, I'm a business owner. Now I have another one that I am managing. And it's not easy. Sometimes you have to fake it until you make it. Because one day you will wake up and feel like this business is not doing well. I need to close all the businesses. You can't live your life like that. You have to fake that the business is doing well until it actually does better. So please, let's normalize faking it till we make it. I'm not saying that now we start showing people all the cars we have. I'm not talking that kind of faking it. I'm talking about stuff that has to do with your imposter syndrome. If you feel like if you feel like you're not good enough, ongea na hiyo sauti. Talk to the mirror. Tell them, you know what? I have the strength, I have the energy, and I am able to do as I wish. You hear me? So anxiety will not put me down. Nervousness will not put me down. Depression has zero on me. So you need to fake it until you make it. Otherwise, you will never get out of your comfort zone, because your comfort zone could turn out to be your kill zone, And you don't want to die miserable and mediocre when you have all these tips and tools to be a better person. Yeah, so the other thing I would like us to normalize is saying no. That's one thing I had to learn last year. No, I can't make it. No, I am not comfortable. No, I don't like what you said. No, I did not do this. Normalize saying no. Don't be a yes person. Utakufa na depression. People will overwhelm you with their stuff. You need to focus on who you are. You need to focus on the things that matter. If you don't feel comfortable doing something, say no. What I do? Akuna. The much that they can do is probably not like you for a week or two, but then understand where you're coming from. After those 2 weeks, you understand? So normalize saying no. Yeah. So the other thing is, let's normalize therapy. Well, I feel like, yes, tumeongea about therapy. I mean, a lot of awareness has been created about therapy, but I don't feel like qua ground people are actualizing going to therapy, going for counseling. Not many people are actualizing that. You'd ask somebody, have you gone to a therapist? Because many other times your friends will come to you with, because tumezoea our friends that in our therapists, they are not trained, they are not professionals. So please, get onto therapy. And it doesn't mean that you need to get onto therapy when you're on the rocks, when times are hard or anything like that. Hapana. You need to go to therapy even when times are good, so that you can maintain that high. You know what I mean? Therapy is good for you, whether you're doing so well in life, whether you're depressed, whether you're going to be suicidal, whatever it is. So careful. Make sure you go to therapy. Please, let's normalize therapy. Therapy is so important, and it's such an integral part of humanity. And as I speak to you, I've been to therapy and I know what therapy has done to me. I am looking forward to going to therapy in the near future, probably in the second half of this year. That's when I want to sign up for therapy. So please, let's normalize therapy, shall we? Kwanza wanaume, hey, they don't like men of this society. You tell them to go to therapy, they're like, I can handle my shit. Yet their house is falling apart. Bro, please take care of yourself first, because if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be a good leader, you're not going to be a good father, you're not going to be a good man in this society. Okay? Yeah, so let's normalize therapy, can we? The other thing is, let's normalize people's choices. When your friend says they like red, they don't like orange, accept that. Ata kwanza, this I wrote because of people on the social media. Somebody has just decided, I don't want kids. What's wrong with them not wanting kids? If anything, if these kids come, they will confidently be, that person is going to be the parent for these kids, and they don't feel like they're in the capacity to raise other human beings. Don't be out there attacking people. Please normalize respecting other people's choices, because it's not a must. It's not a must for anyone to have kids. Who said we must have kids? For example, who said we must get married? I could decide to travel the world by myself. So please, let's normalize respecting other people's choices. If a woman said they don't want kids, respect that. If you want to have kids, go on and have those. Don't be out here imposing your beliefs and whatever it is on other people just because they said. Nata awa sewa nini wa LGBTQ and everybody. If that's what they want, please let them do them. You're not God. You're not God. And judging someone for sinning differently or doing things differently like you do, that's shit we're throwing. 2022. We left that in 2022. Please, let's normalize respecting people's choices. It doesn't matter what they said. If your friend told you, I'm not coming, respect that. If your friend said, I don't want to come, or I don't want to do this, if they're saying no to you, accept that no. I've also realized that as human beings, hatujui kusema no. Hatujui kukubali. We don't know how to respect other people's choices. You need to respect somebody's choice. You hear me? Because I think that's something we need to normalize, honestly. We need to normalize that. Can that be written in the Bill of Rights or something? Just somewhere. I don't know. Because, we need to normalize people's choices. People have a mind of their own. People think differently. People who are raised up in different homes. People were raised up in so many different ways. Na hatuwezi fikiria the same, all of us. That's not easy. Like, I know it's also not easy to respect other people's choice, but you just do you, because nobody's stopping you from being you, okay? Yeah. The other thing is, let's normalize being a jack of all trades. You remember how they told us that, and I think this will be my last point. Yeah, like, you remember how they told us specialization is the mother of everything, bro. God, in the Bible, there was that person who was given 1 talent, there was one who was given 2, na wewe mwingine akapewa 10. Mimi, I'm that person who was given 10 talents. Me, I will do 50 businesses, I will shoot YouTube videos, I will go on Instagram and do everything I can, I will get on modeling gigs, I will, anywhere there is money, you will find me, as long as I'm enjoying to do that. So please, let's normalize a person being a jack of all trades. Don't put people in a box at now you're a YouTuber, now you're selling clothes. Apana, you cannot put somebody in a box, because we are evolving, we are growing, we're not growing younger, as a matter of fact. And if somebody is able to do everything they're able to do, let them do that. So let's normalize that a person can have a million things to do or say, and do them in a very beautiful, nice way. Let's kill this vibe of specialization is everything. No. Well, it could make you broke, because an average millionaire has 7 streams of income. Millionaire, not a billionaire. So you can imagine, when you put somebody in a box, what are you trying to tell them? That they will not be able to afford the things that they wish in this life. And in Nairobi, nani ana survive on 1 income? Who is surviving on one? You cannot survive on 1 income here in Nairobi. So allow people to be themselves. Allow people to be jack of all trades. You know what I mean? Yeah, and that said, thank you so much. Please let us normalize this. Let us normalize these things, because I feel like these are things that will make us better people in the society. And you know, on here we talk about lifestyle, we talk about wellness, we check ourselves, we call ourselves out when we have done things wrong, and that's what this channel is about. Please, thank you so much. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, like, and share. And please subscribe. This year I would like us to go up to at least 2k subscribers. That's the goal. I know I said 1k in my previous video, but it's 2k. That was the goal. 2k subscribers is what I'm running for. Please help me get there. And for this and more content, you know where to come look. Bye until next time. Ciao.